Welcome, I'm Ragnar Kruse. I'm from AI Hamburg, and I will give a little bit update, but first I give you a little update about AI group I'm working with. So for the last 6 years, we've been actually focusing on how do we get AI into our economy? How do we get it into Hamburg? And so that is what we started end of 2019 with AI Hamburg, and since then we've launched our AI Summit, which is actually näher ran. Okay. It's an AI Summit we do yearly. This time it's on October 21st. Lots of startups, lots of AI technology this autumn. Then the last 3 years we've built an AI Startup Hub, which is an AI accelerator for AI startups, where we helped more than 100 AI startups over the last 3 years to actually get faster to business. Some of them actually you find around here. I think we have 10 or 12 AI startups here. Most of them have been in our accelerator. And we launched 2 years back also our venture capital fund, where we invest also in AI startups, and so on and so on. So don't want to take all your time, but also important, we just launched also an AI Academy. There we have more than 20 trainers and mentors who actually do more than 60 different workshops to learn everything about AI. Yeah. And just a little background. I did my first AI company about 23 years ago. This really sounds like ages. It sometimes feels also like ages, but also it means AI has been a long time already in the market. Yeah. And plus have been 20 years been living in Silicon Valley, but back to Hamburg. Now we're here doing business here with all of our companies to actually help the economy better grow. And our startups I just mentioned. What was also interesting, that our AI Startup Hub is one of 4 hubs in Germany who all accelerate early startups. Yeah, so Berlin, Munich, Darmstadt, and Hamburg. Yes, giving you a little bit an update. So you've seen, who has seen the presentation before, which was here, 913 AI? Okay, so a few. I think I give you a little bit update now about the market, which, as a lot of you are also looking for jobs here, it's an exciting market. Yeah? And actually to start with, I love actually saying, you know what? We are living in the most exciting time of mankind. We are living in the most exciting kind of mankind, as with AI, we will be able to take the qualified knowledge of mankind and actually put it into products and make it available to everyone who has, where's my smartphone? Who has a smartphone. You will have a medical advisor, you will have a legal advisor, you will use your smartphone to even learn whatever it is. In some countries, this is the only computing device. With this technology, putting it now into products and make it available to everyone. It also means all of you need to learn how to use AI, how to use the apps such as ChatGPT, all those large language models, because they will be an important part of your personal life and of your business life. And it creates an opportunity for every one of you to even start a company. So, how does this happen? I think important to understand is AI has been more than 50 years in the market. But when you look at actually what happened is that the last 3 years with those called large language models, AI now is able to actually understand content and put it together. Who of you has used ChatGPT? So keep your hands up, keep your hands up. Who is using it on a daily basis? Okay, now who is using it on a daily basis to actually increase your productivity? Good. You are on the right track. Yeah. But it also shows you, when I would have asked a question like this 3 years ago, maximum 10% would have raised their hand. So what it means also, and that is, it actually has arrived nearly everywhere. And I will also come to a couple of numbers in a couple of minutes. So basically, with, I think this was 2017, all those transformers came, and it's really life industry changing what we've seen the last 3 years. And going ahead, it will just accelerate even more. And I will give you some numbers so that you can put it in content, in context, and therefore understand where we're going to. Yeah, and we will have autonomous cars. Yeah, has been long in the making. It's now finally here and will be more and more rolled out. And so there's a lot of exciting stuff happening over the next couple of years. Now, also to understand this, AI will have a huge impact to our economy. So there is enough research out which actually has brought the numbers together, has broken it down into the different verticals, the different kind of jobs, yeah, and then calculated how it would increase the productivity and therefore also the GDP, the BIP in German, yeah, the global GDP. And that's a number of like 16 trillion US dollars. What that really means, if now you break it down by country, for Germany it's predicted to actually increase our GDP by plus 11%. You know what just now the forecasts are for Germany's economy. I think it's below 1% if it's not zero. So my answer is invest in AI, start working with AI, every individual, every company, government, and we actually will look into a plus 11% economy. Who wants to look positively into the future? Who wants to? Look, this is the answer. Adopt AI, use AI, and actually we will have growth. And growth means we have a stronger country. Hamburg, Germany, Europe. And it's up to you also to actually put it into action. And interesting is, when you look at China, the forecast is more than 26%. Why? Because China already in 2017 understood AI will change a lot in our country. It has just won against our best Go player. So that must be a technology which might be quite intelligent. And so they started investing more than $170 billion to get AI into their economy. But even smarter, they also brought it more and more into their schools, which actually means it's future talents. You all, a lot of you, are future talents. And they started doing this already more than 8 years ago. We need to do the same. Because then, here could be a plus 26%. So, economic impact. Interestingly is also, when you look at, these are numbers now from May this year, and actually this is a slide I've been using for several years. And actually the main message is, most of the most valuable companies by market cap are actually companies who leverage AI heavily within their companies. And that chart has only changed a little bit over the last couple of years, but you have Microsoft, Apple, Nvidia, and so on, and those are $3 trillion companies. Also, when you look at the market, at the public market, it's dominated by these companies as they leverage AI. What's interesting is, it's a workforce, what they have built, which is huge. Per company, They actually have 5,000 to 10,000 employees who work on AI, who are AI developers and who implement within their companies. And that's the reason why you see out of those companies a lot of new technology coming. So they prove themselves. I mean, have you seen the last quarterly reports of those companies? Some of them make $20 billion in profit per quarter. So whoever knows some stocks, you probably have some of them in your portfolio or will do that at some time. But they have proven how you can apply AI, and that's one of the things we can look at. We need to do the same. Now, we cannot do it as they can do it, as they are cash rich, but it has proven over years now that the investment in AI pays out. Also, what's interesting, we are just at the beginning. So when you look today, the global AI market is about 400 billion, and that's going to grow to more than 1.8 trillion over the next 4 or 5 years. So we are just at the beginning. We are not too late. It's just starting, and that's important to know. Yeah. Also, what's interesting is when you look at everyone raised on ChatGPT, ChatGPT within 2 months was able to get more than 100 million users. That was 2 years ago now. Guess what? Who knows how many ChatGPT has now? Monthly active users, mouse. It's about 800 million. These are the numbers from last month. What that really means is I looked at the smartphone. We have about 6 billion smartphone users in the world. 800 million are using ChatGPT now. And if you take those others from Meta and so on together, there are more than 2 billion users who use now those kind of applications. That is huge. And we never had such a fast, accelerated development. It's faster than Facebook. It's faster than Candy Crush. We don't have TikTok on there, but which is missing here. Fastest growing app globally. And that also tells you something. And the other part is then when you look at growth rates and productivity leads, shareholder returns on those AI tech companies is more than 60%. Yeah. So it's huge. That's something we need to realize. And that is why I said, not only it's the most exciting time, it also will create a lot of wealth if we do it right. Interestingly, this is now when you ask yourself where this will be used, I think I need to jump with my slides. Yeah. At the end of my presentation, there will be my LinkedIn page. Whoever connects with me, I send them the presentation, only that you know. Yeah. So, therefore, I will now jump a little bit because I have 5 minutes left, and then we will do some Q&A. But it's interesting is when you also see where will this technology be applied and what will be the impact, then you can clearly see while that sales, marketing, product R&D, software development, those are the areas in enterprises which will have the biggest impact in the industry. And then when you look at percentage of functional spend, so this is huge, which means everywhere in sales and marketing and engineering, you will use AI, and it will there have also the biggest effects. Yeah. Now, the US heavily invests in AI. So I'm a venture capitalist, so we invest in AI companies. But as you can see, in the US, per year, you have these are the numbers from 21 to 23. The US is heavily investing. VCs are heavily investing in AI. It's about 80 billion, while in Germany, we're just on 3.6 billion. So the US market, venture capital, is 22 times larger. The country itself is only 4 times larger. Yeah. And even in China, you see the same development. That's something we need to change. Yeah. And it just gives us some positioning where we stand and actually what we should do. Now, are we lost in Europe? No, we are not, because when you really look at Europe, is the #2 in AI publications. So we actually have a huge talent pool. Also, what's interesting is, in Europe, we have more AI talent than we have in North America. So there's a lot of AI talent out there. We just need to get them to work. We need to get them into our businesses to help improve our businesses. So it's a huge opportunity. And by the way, every student of you, look for AI startups. Go in their jobs. I just showed you how this market will kind of go up. If you want to really learn something, if you want to be really successful, if you maybe want to start your startup, look at startups. In Europe, there are more than 20,000 AI startups. Yeah. So it's huge. Just here in Hamburg, we have about 300 AI startups. Yeah? And startups is not just a company which started last year. By definition, it's like up to 9 years. And most of them actually started within the last 9 years. Yeah? What's also interesting is healthcare is the biggest vertical there. Nearly 8% of all those 20,000 startups are in the healthcare area. And I need to look how much time I still have. These are some of the companies we have invested in as a venture capital fund. Some of the companies you actually see around here with their boosters. Yeah. Those are startups we predict will be successful. That's the reason we put money where our mouth is and invested also in those companies. Yeah. So therefore, little takeaways. Yeah. We are living in the most exciting time of mankind. And please believe it, I've been more than 40 years, yes, I'm so old, in IT. And I must say I've seen internet coming, desktop publishing coming, internet coming in the 90s, mobile coming in the 2000s. I started a mobile company in 2005, what we sold 10 years later. But now what we're seeing is huge. It is huge. And I tell you, when next year or in 5 years we meet again, every one of you will actually know what I'm predicting to you today. It will be huge and it will change our lives and businesses if we do it right. Yeah. So, therefore, as we don't have the capital as the US or even China is investing, even government managed, we need to collaborate. We need to work together to make more out of it, because you all raised your hands. You all have this technology already at your hand, so put it to work and do something great out of it. And I will be happy to see you when you start your companies and you want to raise money. I will be happy to see your decks and maybe fund you in the future. The future, it's bright. It's only on you to actually make it happen. And it's an opportunity which I haven't had 30, 40 years ago, but which now every one of you has today. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We don't have that much time for questions, but does anyone have a question? Okay.
Thank you very much for your saying. Of course, I am very much agree with this marvelous, marvelous technology that has come up in our century. But I have some questions. And my question is that how we are going to solve the problem, because when AI comes, lots of people will be jobless. How we are going to come against this event? We cannot, for instance, Salesforce president told 80% in the future, 80% of people will not work anymore for Salesforce. This is only AI. This is the first thing. The second thing is how we are going to protect our privacy, because massively by AI we are watched out in our private life.
Wait. Let me start answering, because so that we get, if you have more questions. So, sorry, what was the first question? Oh, yeah, work market. So, the question was, what is if we lose all our jobs because of AI? Those who will apply AI and use AI will not lose their jobs. So it's when you, as soon as you start and actually get more productive, why should I fire you when you're super productive leveraging AI? Yeah. Now, there are jobs, and we see this now in call centers, for example, where you have more and more. But by the way, we did a software which was a call center software for email management. We answered, and we had like T-Online as customer. That was in 2003. 20,000 emails, 85% of them we answered on a daily basis in milliseconds. Yeah. Did people lose their jobs? No. The result, for example, will be more will be automated, and people will have more time to actually spend on the customer itself or more difficult topics to address. So therefore, it's really, as sooner everyone applies it themselves, they increase their productivity. And that is also needed because we also, in Germany, we have this demographic knick. Yeah? Fewer people working, but actually people are getting older. So we must apply those technologies so that we increase also our productivity. Second question was about privacy. Yeah. Now, who is on Facebook? TikTok? So let's talk about privacy. I mean, you can look at those videos and all the messages. We already opened up and gave actually all of our privacy to public. Yeah. Now, I think important is always what do you do with that information. And there we have the EU AI Act, which actually will help protect some of our privacy because you don't want to be judged based on certain things on maybe confidential information. But I think privacy, someone just sent an email and, emails. Is an email something private? Yeah. I mean, I think we need to even rethink, in my opinion, some of our kind of privacy settings. Yeah. And as long as it's not used to your disadvantage, yeah, and that is what the EU AI Act is addressing, yeah, you will get more and more protected. I think we just need to get a better understanding about privacy in a world where we basically publish everything to everyone.
Thank you very much. That's the end. But if you have more questions for Ragnar,
here's a QR code.
There's a QR code?
Put your cameras up. This is a QR code connecting to me to LinkedIn, and you get the deck. I know it might be a little bit work for me. I might use an AI to answer.
Thank you very much, Ragnar.
Thank you.